What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a match preview and predicted lineups here for the big one: PSG versus Arsenal, Champions League semi-final second leg at Le Parc des Plantes. Of course, PSG lead by goals nil on aggregate, guys. This is everything you guys need to know. The lineups, we'll talk about the team news, what to expect going into this game, how we all feeling for the game. Before we do start, make sure you hit like buttons up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and get your comments down below. What's your guys' score predictions? What's your lineups? If you guys, I think we'll keep it reasonably the same, to be honest. But if there's any changes you guys will make, let us know in the chat. Give your thoughts, how the game's going to go as well. Appreciate everyone watching as always. Let's get right into it, man. Champions League semi-final. Can Arsenal do the unthinkable? Can we do the impossible? Turn this around in the second leg away from home. This time we're trailing. It's not like the Real Madrid game where we was 3-0 up and we was cruising, going into the second leg and got a really historic win again at the Bernabeu. Now we are losing. Now we're trailing. How is Arteta going to adapt to Arsenal trailing? How's he going to adapt in another semi-final as well? Because I'll start there. Our record in the semi-finals under Arteta is abysmal. And I know, listen, Arteta has proved that he can beat Real Madrid this season. I get that. And we've been good in the Champions League. We've been a joy to watch in Champions League. But in the semi-finals in all competitions, in the last 7, we have lost every single one of them, and we've not conceded a goal. And we've not even scored. We're not even scored against Newcastle. We played Liverpool. We played Carabao Cup semis, um, Europa League semis against obviously Villarreal as well. Or that 0-0 game. The semi-final record has been absolutely atrocious under this manager. So hopefully that this will change. As we know, PSG, we didn't score against them in the first leg either, and they beat us. So yeah, the record in the semi-finals have been really, really poor under this manager. So that's definitely got to change tomorrow. As this is all we got left. It's make or break for Arteta for me. Um, in terms of his management, in terms of has he got what it takes to take Arsenal to over the line? Because this will be his biggest test yet as Arsenal manager, in my opinion. This will be the biggest test yet because now you're trailing. Now he's got to adapt. Now he needs to have a plan B. Because if he doesn't, then we're getting knocked out and we win nothing again this season. And it's not good enough. But let's quickly talk about the team news for for obviously the game, guys. For Arsenal, for PSG, all they're missing is Kimpembe. They got their fully fit team. Dembele is back for them, by the way. Enrique confirmed it in the press conference. He'll be playing. He is back for them. Most likely, he'll be starting. So I know there's a bit of doubt about Dembele, but he's going to be starting for PSG anyway. For Arsenal, Jorginho is still very doubtful for the game. He will be assessed with a rib injury. I don't expect to start anyway. Timber, the big one was Julian Timber, but he's back in training. There we go, guys. Timber will be playing. Very happy that he'll be back in the team as well. Calafiori also back in training as well. I expect him not to start, but it's good that he's back from his injury. As we know, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jesus, and Havertz could return towards the end of the season, but these 3 out for the season there. So yeah, that's the team news for PSG. Dembele does return. He is back for them. It is a bit doubtful. But for Arsenal, Jurien Timber is, I'd say, the big one there. That he's back. And yeah, he is also ready to go. So obviously, we quickly talk about what happened in the first leg. And for me, in the first leg, we got outscored. We got scored. Luis Enrique, we got outclassed. Luis Enrique outclassed Arteta. Luis Enrique scored Arteta. And I mean, they just proved that first goal proved everything there. They was level above us. From minute 1, they wanted it more than Arsenal. They were more physical than Arsenal. They controlled the game more than Arsenal. They just wanted to be, they wanted it more. And when a team wants it more, that is unacceptable. We at the Emirates, we had to win that first leg for me. You do not lose the home games. You just don't. And especially not even to score as well. It's a masterclass from Luis Enrique. That goal was superb. The intelligence, the IQ on that goal, when you're looking how we got dragged into from Fabian Ruiz, how we was too scared about Dembele and how Dembele dropped so deep to receive the ball, how Fatinha and Ruiz, were dragging Rice and Marino towards them, creating that space for Dembele, and then allowing, and then obviously Ruiz making that forward run, taking out our centre backs, and then it was down to Declan Rice and Timber was so afraid of Kvaratskhelia. They all doubled up on him, and then Bale was free for how simple that goal was, how effective that goal was. But the little margins, the fine margins in that goal, played the difference. That showed how good of a well-organized team they were, PSG. And even apart from the goal, Their defensive, defensive was rock solid. Kimpembe and Pacho had a easy night of work really in terms of when we got the ball, we'd put in these crosses, but because we had Trossard, who's about 5'8", one of our smallest players in our team, what do we expect that was going to happen? It's because Marino's back in the midfield. We needed Marino as a striker in terms of the aerial threat. And yeah, we did have chances ourselves. We had Trossard and Martinelli miss, but that's the thing. We wasn't clinical. And that's the difference in the stage of the Champions League. You have to be clinical in the first leg and in the semi-finals against a team like PSG. I mean, we wasn't clinical. PSG had some chances as well. Barcola missed a sitter. Gonzalo Ramos hit the bar. So both teams had chances, but we wasn't clinical. So yeah, we have to be obviously clinical in this game because we're a goal down. And it'd be interesting how Arsenal approach this game because I think it's important not to panic. Not to panic because if PSG do get a goal, then I think it is done. But even if it's 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 1-0 still to PSG, 0-0 on the night, then you get a bit of confidence flowing. If we hold on a minute, it's not over yet. If we can see an early goal, yeah, like we did at the Emirates, it's done. 2-0 PSG, it flattens everything, right? It's done, right? But if it goes on and on and on, it'll make PSG think as well. And what I've noticed with PSG is a small signs of them, they can be a bit complacent. Like the game against Aston Villa in the last leg, where they was 2-0 up, they thought, it's done. And then Villa got a goal. Oh, hold on a minute. They got another goal. Got another goal. And you're thinking something can happen here. PSG almost commits, but I know they didn't, but they got a bit complacent there. But this is what I'm saying. Like, we need to not panic if we still not got a goal when it comes to 70, 80 minutes, you know, because then we still have stand a little chance that we can get something. All it takes is a penalty like it did against Real Madrid, and Saka's got to score it. But all it takes is one little moment. Whereas if we just throw it away and PSG score, first, it's done for me. They get an early goal, it's done. And if they get an early goal, it could be a long night as well, people. I say that. If they get an early goal, it could be a long night for Arsenal. I'm talking 2-3-0 or 3-1, whatever it may be, but it'll be a long night if they score first, in my opinion. I just don't, and you know what it's like when we're trailing. Arteta, for me, he's only got one way. He's only got one plan. It's a plan A. When that's not working, he struggles to adapt. There's no other ideas. So yeah, it'd be either this will be a big test for this manager to see how we approach this game and how is he going to overcome this as well. You're trailing now. You're 1-0 down on Arteta in a semi-final. We're going away from home now as well. We're going away. The Parc des Princes. You've seen that ultras. You've seen how hostile it's going to be. Like that's going to be the biggest test for this manager's career, and it's make or break for Arteta for me. It's make or break for Arteta because he's put himself in this situation by throwing away the cups. The FA Cup he threw away, the Carabao Cup he threw away. The Premier League is completely thrown in Liverpool on his first season thrown away. One of the worst Premier League seasons I've seen since his manager's been here, by the way, in terms of having all these tools and having all these squad. The worst I've seen. People talk about eighth, yeah, but he didn't have it for me. He's still rebuilding the squad. But this is his fully squad, and you perform like that in the Premier League. It's not good enough, people. But I kind of accepted it, and we accepted it because we got the Champions League and we beat Real Madrid. So the spirits were high, but now we've got to go and win this game because you could get knocked out by PSG. Number one, it will come down to the first leg, not winning the home leg. I feel like we are going to regret that. But number two, it'd be down to obviously you getting knocked out in the semi-finals. We're winning nothing again this season, and you need to go. But I don't have the conversation yet in terms of Arteta, needs to go because we got this game first. But I'll tell you something now. Heads needs to roll if we get knocked out in this semi-final. Before we get into the lineup, how do I see the game going? My head says PSG will win in normal time. My heart says we'll do them. My heart says we'll get it done. 3-1, 2-1. If it's 2-1, it goes penalties. And we beat them on penalties. Or 3-1. I'm saying, like, my heart's saying 3-1 to Arsenal. Okay, extra time. We take it to extra time, but we score the third goal in extra time. It beats scenes. That's what I'm going to say. 3-1 to Arsenal. That's my heart saying. My head's saying PSG are going to win this game. I'm going to be knocked out. But let's get right into the team selection, guys. PSG are going to keep it the same. We know the quality that they do have. We know the quality that they do. Obviously, I don't know what's happened here, by the way. No, hold on. Replace that. Yeah, we know the quality that PSG do have. They're going to go with the exact same team. Donnarumma in goal. I thought we had a really good game against Arsenal. Made some brilliant saves. A top class goalkeeper. The same back four. Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, giving us a few problems. We need to try and get them. We need to try and get at them more defensively though. I know Saka was had 4 or 5 players on him the whole time, but we need to try and get him more involved. Same with Martinelli up against Hakimi, and Pacho and Marquinhos as well. Again, we need to get more involved in them because I thought they had a field day. And then obviously we know the midfield. Vitinha was unbelievable, man. The match you got, Fabian Ruiz, so underrated, so intelligent as a footballer. João Neves was everywhere, absolute beast. And then obviously their attack as well, Doué, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia caused some problems. So yeah, we know the qualities that PSG have, and we've got to try and find a way to deal with that. But anyway, let's get into the team. Reyes in goal, no question about that. The same back four: Timber at right back, Saliba, Kivior, and Lewis Skelly as the left back. That would be the same back four there for Arsenal. The three in the midfield: Declan Rice, Odegaard, and it's very, very good to see that he's back. Thomas Partey. Could this guy be a key this game? I think he's going to be a part of a key in terms of how crucial he is in the midfield, because we know how we got overrun in the midfield. Vitinha, João Neves, and Ruiz bossed it against Arsenal. Rice was doing everything all by himself. Odegaard wasn't performing as usual, and Marino, that's not his actual position. Yeah, so we missed Partey in that first leg for sure, but he's back. Let's see how crucial he's going to be. I think he's brilliant. I would actually play Wanyeri for this game if it was down to me, but we know Arteta will play with Odegaard. I'm sick and tired of Odegaard this season. I really am as a captain. I'm sick and tired of his performances. Wanyeri should be playing, but we know he's not gonna play Wanyeri. I'm keeping it realistic. It's gonna be Odegaard, Partey, and Rice front three. Martin on the left, Saka on the right, and Mikel Merino does lead the line for Arsenal. So yeah, I think he's gonna keep it, reasonably similar to what we played in the first leg. The only change will be Partey and Trossard coming out with Martinelli, Marino, and Saka is as the front three. So yeah, that's the team there. That should be the team that he's going to go with as well, I reckon. But yeah, score prediction wise, I just said it. I said it a minute ago. 3-1 to Arsenal. My heart saying we extra time we win. My head saying PSG do us maybe 2-1 or 1-0 to PSG again, or 3-1 PSG, something along those lines there. Unfortunately, guys. So that's my prediction. Let me know you guys' thoughts down below. Yeah, make sure you hit like buttons up, subscribe if you are new. Massive, massive game. You guys can catch me, of course, for tomorrow for the live watch along and also the live match review. Hopefully, we're coming up, buzzing up. We just made it to the Champions League final. Please, biggest game of the season. Please make it to the final, man. Make it to the final. Make something. Just go for it, please, man. We've got to be on it from minute one. You got to be on it. You got to be on it. We cannot have the same start we did it in the first second. We're screwed. But yeah, big up everyone who tuned in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Come on, you Gunners. Massive game. I'll catch you guys.